now recognize the chairman of the full committee, Mr. Guthrie, for 5 minutes question.
Thank you. Thank you, Administrator Zeldin. Thanks for being back here amongst your colleagues. We welcome you back here to Capitol Hill, and so happy you're in the position you are. Last night, you talked about new technologies moving forward. Last night we had a rule, our Congressional Review Act, I defended before rules, and it was if you're a major source and you had new technology or new operational procedures that lowered your standard, your emissions, then you could go into the area source, and we were accused of doing everything of giving kids asthma and things like that, which is unfortunate, because what we want to do is we see new technology coming, and we see the opportunities for people to improve, and that's what we want. And I went to college in your home state and right down the river from the ranking member. And when I was in the Hudson River in the 1980s, you couldn't swim in it, at least even around 50 miles up from Manhattan and at West Point, because it was contaminated. And the first time I remember hearing of the HHS secretary, of course I'd heard of his family, was he was the leader of Clean Up the Hudson River, the River Keepers, which was a group that I kind of follow because I was dismayed that such a beautiful piece of our country was in the position it was in because of industry. And we all agree, and there's nobody saying anywhere on our side of the aisle, and you're in the administration, that those types of things absolutely cannot happen. And so we're all there. But so now we're getting on to things you're trying to fix, where the small regulatory, it seems like small regulatory, they cost a fortune, that you were talking about with PFAS and some other things we're seeing with our water plants. But getting back to the greenhouse gas fund, could you kind of walk us through again? There was at least one, if not many, nonprofit that essentially was formed after the IRA, had $100 in his checking account, got $2 billion grant. So it seems like here's the money, go form your thing and get it, instead of trying to invest. They talk about investing in known technologies to improve the environment. People were creating businesses who were politically connected to chase the money. Could you talk, you said if you had 20 minutes, you have like 2:45 if you want to talk more about it.
Great, Chairman, I appreciate the opportunity to be able to continue to go through the list, and I would encourage anyone at home who doesn't want to hear it to put their finger in their ear, because we'll keep going through specific examples that the New York Times says doesn't exist. An EPA panel, this is the Biden EPA. The Biden EPA panel reviewing the application for Power Forward communities, that's the one that you referenced. They received $100 in 2023, and then they get $2 billion in 2024. The Biden EPA panel was questioning the salaries it planned to pay its executives, the salary structure for top officers. This is a quote from the Biden EPA. The salary structure for top officers seems high for a nonprofit, wondering if this could be a problem with public perception, the reviewer noted. Another comment on a part of Power Forward communities.
I hate to interrupt you, Administrator. Do you know what the top salary was?
Thank you for asking. Another comment, which was part of the application, a reviewer writes, quote, "For such an important section, it was pithy, though not always in a good way. Many of the costs were just presented, but little or no explanation as to why they are reasonable. I would have preferred they omitted the travel discussion, explained why they need to pay the CEO $800,000, growing to $948,000 in year 7, and Chief Operations Officer $455,000 per year. It was reported that 22 of Power Forward Communities employees were slated to earn more than $150,000. Reviewers also criticized Power Forward Communities for, by this is the Biden EPA. Biden EPA criticized Power Forward Communities for its lack of planning for, quote, proactive oversight. So the Biden EPA is giving this entity that made $100 in 2023, $2 billion in 2024, and the Biden EPA is concerned that this entity isn't going to be able to conduct proper oversight. That's just an example of going down the list a bit more on one of the 8 NGOs.
So the group didn't exist. They came into being in 2023, had $100 in their checking account, gets a $2 billion grant, and the CEO gets almost $900,000. And over a year, will get over $900,000.
Yes, Chairman.
That's what your testimony is today.
Yes, Chairman.
Thank you. We only have about 6 seconds left, so I will yield back.